One of the things that is hardest to do is to be transparent and tell your story, especially on social media. A lot of people go on social media pretending that everything is okay, trying to look the part. But because I've been through so many experiences in life, I just felt like I didn't really know where to start. I know Africa is my passion and it's part of my healing, but there are so many things that have happened to me, even in that journey, that led me to searching deeper about my culture and who I am. But even beyond my culture, there is a core of who I am spiritually. So a lot of things have happened, but I can start back because I really feel like there's somebody going through something. And, even though you don't want to go in those painful places, it's just important that you be willing to share some of your stories so somebody can maybe gain some inspiration from what you've gone through. I know my mother told me that when I was a little girl, um, it took me a long time to talk. And she thought something was wrong with me. So she said, like, I didn't really start talking till I was about 5 years old, like really talking. And then she says, and then when you started talking, you wouldn't shut up. And she would say it like in a kind of mean way, like she hated the fact that I talked. And so but I was a talker. I always liked to talk, and my mother would always make jokes about my talking. So I remember when I got older, I had this incident where um, I remember I was home. I remember it like it was yesterday, and even though it's painful, it's something that I want to share. Um, I remember like it was yesterday. I was in my room folding clothes, and like I heard um some movement up front in the living room. So I went out into the living room and I saw it was my brother and his girlfriend, and they were cuddled up on the couch. So I said to my brother, I said, "Oh, T called you and he wants you to call him back, right?" I said, "Oh, like, I didn't know you were here." Good. T said, "Give him a call back." So I started walking off back into my room. But I noticed my brother was pretty upset with what I said. And I didn't understand why. So, like, he went in his room and he started frantically looking through albums in his room. So, all I know, I really didn't know what was happening, but I was in my room and he came right at the door while I was looking through my drawer and he threw the albums and he looked right at my neck. He was actually looked like he was trying to take my neck off. But the album went up in the air because he threw it with such a force that the album went up in the air and it fell in the back of the dresser. So then he ran off again to get something else. And I'm like, oh my God, he's on a warpath. So I went and I tried to put the little latch on the door real quickly. And I didn't know what I can grab. I was like, okay, in the past, when he just had these incidents, there was no stopping him, right? So I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to get something, some kind of object that I could use as a weapon just in case he's coming back. And I'm sure I knew he was coming back. And all I saw was like two holders, right? So I grabbed them like this. And all of a sudden I heard him like bust through the door and break the lock. So I coddled down, like, crushed down on the ground and put the candle holders to my temples like this. And all he was doing was going bam, 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 punching me in my temples, right in my head, boom, boom, boom. And his girlfriend came out of nowhere, and then she came into the room and she says, "What happened? What's going on?" So my brother says, "Oh, this is a personal beef that we've had from way back." So I was like, I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. I didn't know. And you know how it is, or can you even imagine how it is to be getting hit for something that, I mean, you don't even know why? Can you imagine how that must feel? and then feeling like, I don't know what I did. So you don't even know what to apologize about, right? You don't know. So then my brother was like, yeah, she keeps doing this bitch shit. I'm like, what do you mean bitch shit? What is he talking about? So anyway, thank God his girlfriend was there, because that's the reason why he stopped. Had she not been there, I don't know what would have happened to me. I really don't. I don't even know what was in my brother's brain, what he was thinking I did or said or didn't do. I don't know. So when my mother got home, I told her what happened. And my mother said to me, one day your mouth is going to get you in trouble. So here we are with this mouth thing. I talk too much. I took so long to talk, and now I can't stop talking. Now my mouth is getting me in trouble, and I was confused. I was so confused. So I fast forward and stop talking. Now my mouth is getting me in trouble, and I was confused. I was so confused. So I fast forward. I used to sing. I like to sing in singing groups. And I noticed that I really stopped singing. I stopped having this desire to sing. I mean, I used to just grab a mic in a minute and get on a stage or join a singing group just because I felt like I could sing. And here I was, like, not wanting to sing anymore. And so I had also, one day I was sitting in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom. And I thought about, when did I lose my voice? When did I really, truly lose my voice? And I thought it was maybe those times when my mother would ridicule my talking, my always talking, talk. But then I recalled the last time I really sang, and there was this song that I used to sing like from my heart and soul. And it was called Can't Stay Away by Alicia Myers. Now, as I sang the song while I was sitting in the bathroom, I said, wait a minute, when I got to this part of the chorus, it says, it's not in my power to leave you. You control inside of me. I said, no. And I said, oh my God, I probably gave a lot of my power away from singing with such a conviction, those words. And I realized the depths of words. Your mouth is going to get you in trouble. Can't stay away from you. It's not in my power to leave you. Just when she started talking, you just wouldn't shut up. And the power of words are so real. But I want to fast forward to let you know this. I joined a public speaking organization when I was in my mid-30s. And one of my speeches, I broke out and I started singing at the end of it. I was calling forth my voice. And I had this person drumming to my beat, and it appeared like they were in my corner. But once again, I strayed away from that. I stopped singing. My life went in a fast lane, and it was all about him, and it was all about my newborn child, and it was no more me. There was no more time for me. And then at one point, I started, after the baby was born, I tried to take some online classes to find me, to find me. And my ex would say stuff like, I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why I got my degree already. Well, I didn't get mine. And I was in school before I met him. So I was trying to find me. And then I ended up on the dean's list, but I had no one to come with me to the ceremony. So the dean's list ceremony, no one to hold the baby. So I never went. So I'm telling you that years later, this is what happened to me, is that I decided to start this channel so I could use that voice that had been silent so many years ago, that voice that I was told, once I started talking, I wouldn't shut up. That voice that mom that said to me, your mouth is going to get you in trouble. Well, my mom can't really talk right now. She has a advanced stage of dementia. And my brother is fighting drug addiction, and he's going through so many other health issues and surgeries and things like that. So now I no longer fear anybody coming and telling me that the words I'm saying are gonna get me in trouble. I no longer fear that someone is gonna say I'm lying or anything like that. Because when you actually been shut up so long and you keep all of these secrets within the family and you say, okay, I've forgiven them, so I'm okay. But then again, there's somebody out there who's in a household setting, whether it be their spouse or their boyfriend or their parents or whatever, that's feeling trapped, that's feeling like I gotta be quiet or I'm gonna get in trouble one day. I want to encourage you and let you know that you still have a voice and you can use your voice, and don't let nobody take your voice from you. Don't let anybody carry you down to make you so meek and so quiet that you forget that you are here for a reason, right? So I decided to start my channel so I could use my voice. I didn't find out until years later that there was something that happened to me that my mother wanted to keep quiet. And when I started talking, she was afraid that I would remember. My spirit remembered something happened to me, but I couldn't speak it. And I was trying to find a way, and my mother was afraid that I would say those things. And so over the years, the more I talked, the more I talked, the more afraid she got. So she just felt she should just like ridicule me and say mean things to me to get me to be quiet. But I'm here to help you get your voice, to tell you, don't let nobody take your voice from you. Your voice is a powerful instrument. Don't let anybody, and if you can't speak in the household that you live in right now, speak to someone outside of your household. Let your spirit be your guide and let it guide you to someone who can help you, right? And always write. I have a journal here. I always have journals. I have so many. I'm always writing. So you're going to have to find ways to get that thing out of you, to get those feelings, those emotions out of you. Because if you don't express those feelings and get them out of you, they will shut you down spiritually, where you will not use the light that God put inside of you for you to spread across the world. Because some of you are going through some things right now in your household that you can't even talk about. I know it because I've been there, where there's things that went on that I kept to myself. My friends didn't even know I was going through these things in the house. They had no idea. And then when I was out in the world, all I showed was a smile. I smiled, I smiled, I smiled through my pain. And people did not know that I was going through some hell. And there are always those repercussions, those remnants of that pain of what happened. But one thing I tell you, I will never let anyone take my voice again. And I'm telling you, do the same. Don't let anybody take your voice. Don't let anybody take your experience away. Because those things that happen to you, those painful things that happen to you, will be your platform for purpose. There was nobody that gave me a pass and said, go through and go speak and go talk. There was nobody. There was no dad, there was no father, there was no mother telling me, go ahead and speak. There was no brother, there was no sister, nobody there telling me, go ahead and use your voice. Actually, my older sister took me to my first public speaking meeting, but she didn't even imagine, she didn't know what I was going through. She didn't know what she was doing when she brought me there. So I can tell you, don't give away your voice. Don't give away your ability to write your feelings out. Get it out, get it out, get it out somehow. But I thought I would just share that just to give a transparent moment, because I don't have really anything to hide. I really don't have anything to really pretend about. So there you go. There's a piece of me to give you ideas. Behind all of these beautiful smiles is some pain that has been healing over the years. But I still have moments where that memory comes up in my head of the things that has happened to me in the past. So I just wanted to share that, and I hope it could help somebody break forward and break out into that scary terrain and reveal those things that you're kept in secret that are keeping you in bondage. All right? Peace and love. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.